And a good Friday to you. It is the first day of April, 2022. I am Dan Kuntz. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley has safely arrived at our destination, which is beginning this program. Good to see you. Into the weekend we go. Not a lot to talk about weather-wise today or tomorrow, starting Sunday afternoon. A pretty sizable system packing a pretty good punch is going to smack us upside the head. It's going to get windy. It's going to get cold. We're going to get rain. Major snow in the mountain passes. It's coming, but we're going to have a pretty quiet next 2.5, 3 days before that weather system comes in. Forecast details are coming up. We're keeping a very close eye on this. The weather models are saying that this thing is going to be one of the more significant spring weather events that we've seen in quite some time. Forecast details are on the way. News, there's a lot of it to get to today, and there's a lot of sports to get to today. Hopefully, a lot of you will be tuning in to ESPN to watch the Louisville Cardinals and the South Carolina Gamecocks do battle in the first of the semifinal games this afternoon. And then you'll switch over to us at 7 o'clock tonight because we got the big match. The Wildcats of East Wenatchee will travel over the bridge to take on the Wenatchee Panthers at Lee-Boston Field of the Apple Bowl. These are two very good soccer teams, and it'll be a great broadcast tonight with Sebastian and Matt. We'll have that for you on television and on our Facebook page at 7 o'clock tonight. Quick little programming reminder there. It's cold. It's 37 degrees. It feels chilly out, but 37 degrees is actually our normal overnight low. We've had that long stretch of very mild, warm weather. Well, we're cooling down. Now, let's go ahead and get going with our tour around the valley. We have a lot to get to, and I think we're going to start with that's the lower cross, I believe, our secondary cross camera, which is secondary Wenatchee Heights camera, which is slightly lower in elevation and a little bit more to the east of our normal camera that begins. And the reason we're using that is that we can point it right at the sunrise, which has been going on for about 20 minutes now. Sunrise this morning at 6:39. Sunset tonight, 7:31, 12 hours and 52 minutes of daylight. Yesterday's high, by the way, 57. Normal high, 57 for the last day of March. So that little warm stretch is about done, and we'll be below that, as a matter of fact, for a couple of days. Beautiful view there of the sun coming up the East Wenatchee bench. Let's see what we have this morning. Probably some nice views, I'm guessing. There's another view of the sun, the center of our solar system. So I'm told. Copernicus was right, I believe. Although I don't know what. Is that the number one canyon camera? That's Nanapoc Ridge. Oh, wow. Okay. I approve of that view, Uriah. That's up there in the Lake Wenatchee area. Camera number 3. Another thing I can't make out. That's the number one canyon camera. Oh, can I go home now? Oh, good morning to the sun. Camera number 4. There we go. That's Billy Go. That one I know anyway. Hey, good morning, Pateris. It's good to see you. Medhow River down there. You can make out Brewster in the upper left-hand corner. Lots of mountains up there, and way off into the distance is Canada, our neighbors to the north, and the mighty Columbia. Beautiful view there from up atop Billy Go. That's for Billy Go camera, and all the snow is gone. So let's go play golf at Gamble Sands or Alta Lake or any of those places. Time to dust off the golf course and lower my handicap from 22 to 21. Some nice views this morning. Some things we want to talk. We don't want to gild the obvious lily here, but if you're going to do any outdoor burning this weekend, here's a tip. Don't. It's been a dry spring, of course. We're still in a drought. It's going to get windy on Saturday, especially Saturday afternoon. Very strong winds on Monday. If you have any kind of burn going on with orchards or whatever it is, you're cleaning out brush, it's probably not a good idea to light it up on fire. They've been doing a lot of controlled burns, of course, on DNR land and Forest Service lands up in the Mission Ridge area and other locations. They probably won't be doing that. They just don't, it's just not a good idea to do any kind of burning when the wind is up. Weather Monday, as we talked before, it looks pretty dramatic and pretty active, so get ready. Big time heavy wet snow is going to come down on Stevens Pass. Stevens Pass is really going to get hammered in a significant way, especially Sunday night and into Monday. It's going to snow overnight Sunday night and all day Monday and right into Monday night on Stevens Pass. Blue and I-90 are going to get some snow as well, but US 2 is going to take the brunt of this, and we're going to have the snow level is going to get pretty close to the Wenatchee Valley on Monday. And finally, a little heads up for you fishermen who are going to go out and cast your cast your bait into the water and hopefully bring down a big one. You'll be dealing with some choppy waters on the area lakes. So if you're going to go out and do a little boating and a little, well, fishing anyway, on any significant body of water, watch out. The breezy winds and rough waters are going to be very prevalent on Saturday afternoon and again on Monday afternoon. So we just want to make sure that you're safe when you're out and about on boats, because it's going to be choppy, to say the least. After all that, let's go ahead and do this forecast from the National Weather Service. Clouds this morning. We'll gradually see some sunshine. By late in the afternoon, we'll see some sun, and we'll top off at about 58 degrees, just about normal. Clouds pretty prevalent tonight, 37 for the overnight low. Quite a bit of sunshine Saturday, not as warm as we were anticipating. They're thinking now more like 55 or 56 for the afternoon high. We were hoping maybe 60 on Saturday. That's not going to happen, but it is going to be breezy. It's going to be a perfect day to go fly a kite, and people tell me to do that all the time. So here's my chance on Saturday. Not bad at all. 36 for the overnight low. Sunday, looking good. Partly cloudy for most of the day, and then late on Sunday, getting close to sunset, 7:45, 8-ish, here comes this system we're talking about. Sunday night, we're going to get some rain. The wind will be picking up in intensity. It's going to get cloudy, 41 for the overnight low. Monday, we're going to get smacked upside the head. Rain, wind. The snow level is going to go all the way down to 1,100 feet Monday night. 1,100 feet Monday night for the snow level. Wow. Tuesday, back to some sunshine. Very chilly for this time of the year. 52 for April. That's cold, and we'll be below freezing for the overnight low on Tuesday night before we gradually start warming back up again. By the time we get to Friday of next week, 1 week from today, we could be 70 again. I mean, this is just all over the place. It's spring. That's what we get. We get rather dramatic weather changes this time of the year. Real quick heads up on the passes. All the passes are fine right now. We're not going to be doing regular pass reports from this point forward. That being said, we will be doing a pass report on Monday because they're going to get a lot of snow. No problems at all. No advisories, no restrictions on any of the major mountain passes. It's going to stay that way pretty much all through the weekend until you get to Sunday night, and then the snow is going to come. 3 to 7 inches Sunday night on Stevens Pass. It's going to snow all day Monday. 6 to 10 inches of heavy wet snow in the mountain passes. Stevens is going to get more snow Monday night. Not as much on Snoqualmie, not as much on Blewett, but all of the major mountain passes are going to get significant snowfall beginning Sunday night. Wanted to let you know about that. Sunday night is a big travel day for folks, and you're going to be dealing with some bad driving conditions, especially on Stevens overnight Sunday and all day Monday. After a 1-minute break, we will have your Friday morning headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this first day of April on the NCW Life Channel.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
Fairly clear skies, some high cumuli hanging around out there. It's cool. It's 37 degrees outside of our studios. We'll see some sun breaks a little bit later on today. Lots of sunshine, windy conditions on Saturday. Fairly pleasant Sunday, and then a big-time storm system rolls in Sunday night into Monday. It's going to really mix things up. Yeah, we'll do the forecast one more time before this show's over. But first, your headlines. An East Wenatchee man is accused of sexually abusing a juvenile family member multiple times in both Douglas and Chelan counties. 40-year-old Michael Joshua Berggren Jr. is now charged with felony sex crimes in both counties. Prosecutors on Wednesday filed 9 total sexual abuse counts against Berggren, including 5 instances of child rape and 4 of child molestation. Investigators say Berggren carried out the alleged abuse at his home and in other locations beginning about a decade ago, beginning when the child was about 6 years old. The multi-agency Columbia River Drug Task Force arrested him on Friday, 2 days after he allegedly fled his home and withdrew thousands of dollars from his savings account. He's been in the Chelan County Jail since he was arrested. He's being held on a $1.1 million bail. A 66-year-old Mukilteo man died sometime this week in a climbing accident on Dragon Tail Peak. That's about 15 miles southeast of Leavenworth. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office said they were contacted by Richard Thurmer's wife on Monday. She said her husband had gone solo climbing in the enchantments and she hadn't heard from him in 24 hours. Well, a sheriff's deputy located Thurmer's vehicle near the Bridge Creek campground, and they left a note on the windshield asking him to call the sheriff's office when he got back from his hike. Well, Thurmer's wife again contacted the sheriff's office on Tuesday, said she still hadn't heard from him, and he hadn't returned home, and he was supposed to on that day. So the Chelan County Sheriff's Office search and rescue team on Wednesday organized a search, and at about 11:15 Wednesday morning, a motionless person was seen from a search helicopter in the Dragon Tail Park area. The sheriff's office said high winds in the area prevented the helicopter from landing, but by 2:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday, a ground crew was able to get to the body, confirmed it was Thurmer, and confirmed he was dead. Responders reported that he appeared to have fallen several hundred feet. The woman accused of crashing her car into a couple of bicyclists on Highway 28 on Sunday has now been formally charged with vehicular assault and DUI. 38-year-old Linnea Farnkoff of Helena is free from jail on a $5,000 bond. She allegedly struck cyclists David Cook and Gerald McGill from the rear while they were traveling westbound on Highway 28 near the Palisades. Both were hospitalized with injuries. State troopers say Farnkoff was believed to be under the influence of depressants at the time of the crash. She's set to be arraigned next week in Douglas County Superior Court. Another Chelan County resident who tried and failed to win a commissioner's seat 4 years ago is going to try again. He's running for the seat that's being vacated by Bob Boogert. It's Zachary Miller. You see there, he's from Plain, and he announced on social media Thursday that he will be running again for the District 2 seat. Last week, businessman Sean Smith of Cashmere announced his candidacy. Smith was narrowly defeated in the 2018 general election by Boogert. Miller is the owner of Miller Stoneworks and a Leavenworth native, and he did not advance past the primary 4 years ago. He received just 491 votes out of more than 7,500 cast. Douglas County has a chief public defender for the very first time. County commissioners this week named Jesse Collins as the administrator of the newly created Office of the Public Defense. Collins is currently an attorney with the Council for Defense of Chelan County. Like that agency, the Douglas County Public Defense Office will handle cases for criminal defendants who are not able to afford their own lawyer. In past years, Douglas County used a system of contracted attorneys to represent indigent clients in Superior Court, but the county balked at renewing that contract earlier this year over rising costs, and instead they voted to establish its own defense office. Collins will hire 2 more attorneys and support staff to get the agency up and running. And finally, Chelan County opened Horse Lake Road yesterday, 1 day earlier than they normally do. Also, Oklahoma Gulch Road near Antioch was opened yesterday. Horse Lake Road is a major access point to the Wenatchee foothills. They close it every winter. They closed it in December to protect the wintering herds of mule deer and to prevent winter damage to the roads, but it's open again, so it's off to the foothills for you hikers. 14 minutes after the hour, that's what's making news on this Friday morning. What makes news throughout the course of this Friday, we'll let you know with the newscast at 5, 6, and 10 with Grant and Eric. And with a preview, here's Grant.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, partly cloudy skies and seasonal temperatures expected for our April 1st, and then big changes by late in the weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has results of yesterday's high school sports action and takes a look at what's coming up this weekend. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Don't forget, if you got a news tip or you want to drop us a note, we'd love to hear from you. Look at the bottom of your screen there. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, or if you go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, you'll see the Contact Us icon. Still to come, sports, including a preview of this afternoon's women's semifinal between the Louisville Cardinals and the South Carolina Gamecocks. We'll have the obscure holiday for you. Today in history, some celebrity birthdays, an opinion from my Mad Dog McNaughty, and one of my favorite dangerous women, Rhona Baron, will be joining me in the back half of this program. Be watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow. We have live bands to rock the night away, comedy to make you laugh, and if that's not enough, we have poker every Monday and Wednesday night. Club Crow in Cashmere has it all. Check out our Facebook event page for dates and times. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
16 minutes after the hour in sports, it's hard to believe that just 2 years ago, Haley Van Lith was playing for little old Cashmere, Washington at the state championship in Yakima. Haley led the Bulldogs to an 84-7 record in her 4 years at Cashmere. And, of course, she set the state girls high school career scoring record. She now wears number 10 for Louisville. In her 2 years, she's helped the Cardinals to 55 wins. And today, they're in the Final Four.
20 points, Haley Van Lith. Very rarely as Van Lith hits it and then Tremendous future ahead of her. Present not so bad either. Meanwhile, Van Lith smooth by Williams. Shot clock skinny for Van Lith. Takes Dilt off the bounce. So good, Pam. So good. And Michigan on a 7-0 run. All of them on free throws. Broken by Van Lith. Slicing in. Van Lith drew the contact from Nolan. Count it. Haley Van Lith.
Well, she was at Cashmere. Coach Brent Darnell stressed defense. Now Haley's in Louisville, and the coach stresses defense. And Haley says they take pride in that.
Regardless of whether the ball goes in on the offensive end for us, we're going to guard. And we're going to play defense and we're going to rebound. And so for me, I think the emphasis is that whether they do double me, whether they blitz me, whether I get shots or not, whether I'm 0 for 10 in the first half, like I'm going to rebound and I'm going to do everything I can on the defensive end to compete. And so it is going to be an elite guard matchup, but I think it's going to be who's the mentally toughest to fight through the fact that these are both elite defenses and not get in their feelings about what's happening on the offensive end. So for us and our guards, if we shoot great, amazing, but if we don't, we're going to go defend and make sure that they don't score either.
They got a tall task. The overall #1 seed is their opponent, South Carolina. The Gamecocks, 33-2. They've been ranked #1 all year long. And yes, the Gamecocks are the favorite, but Haley Van Lith says, watch out.
I don't think we're an underdog. I think we're right where we were meant to be. I think this team deserves this opportunity. and we're ready to compete. But yeah, we're just, the media isn't including us, this and that, blah, blah. We're not being talked about as much. We cannot control that. That is not our fault. If they want to sleep, let them sleep. We'll come in and do us, and we're going to do us to the best of our ability. And we're just not going to waste energy on things that we can't control at the end of the day. And I think that we're going to focus on us, and we're going to do what we need to do to compete. And they're a really great team, and we're going to have to play well, but nothing that we're not capable of.
Louisville, South Carolina, 4 o'clock tip-off on ESPN. They're playing at the Target Center in Minneapolis. And then the other game, the nightcap, UConn and Stanford. At 6:30, the winners will play for the national championship Sunday, 5 o'clock, also on ESPN. The men's Final Four, the Superdome in Nolens. Villanova takes on the only remaining number 1 seed. That's Kansas, the opener. 3:09 Saturday afternoon on TBS. It'll be followed by North Carolina and Duke, and the winner will play Monday at 6:20 for the national championship. Wenatchee Wild head to Salmon Arm today. In fact, they're in Salmon Arm as we speak. First 2 games of the Bcho Playoff is tonight and tomorrow. Tonight's game 1 starts at 7. Game 2 also at 7 at the Shaw Center. The series shifts back here to the big city for games 3 and 4 next Tuesday and Wednesday at the Town Toyota Center. You can listen to the game with our good friend Arch Ecker on 560 KPQ, or with a subscription, watch it on Hockey TV. Speaking of hockey, the Kraken take on Vegas again tonight at Climate Pledge Arena. Seattle trying to avenge a 3-0 loss to the Golden Knights 2 nights ago. 7 o'clock, Root Sports Northwest. Chris Flexen put in another quality start. Mariners topped Cleveland in Peoria last night. The final was 3-2. Flexen didn't get the win, but he did pitch 5 innings. He allowed just 1 run on 4 hits, 3 strikeouts. New Mariner Adam Frazier delivered in the leadoff slot for Seattle.
2 outs, pretty much straight up is how they play. Frazier, slicing drive, center field, will get down. Julio can walk home. No head first slide this time. Frazier trying to stretch it, and he gets there in time. RBI double, 1-1 game here in the bottom of the 3rd in Peoria. And how about Adam Frazier? Another RBI single. Julio scores again, and it's 2-1 Mariners. Good 2-strike hitting by Adam Frazier. A 2 for 3 night, 2 runs batted in. That thing was smoked too.
Yeah, this is 97 miles an hour on the inner half of the plate, above the belt, and he barrels it up. No stride at all. Just throws his hands. Solid base hit.
Now the game is tied 2-2. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. Julio Rodriguez, this guy is a ball player. He's going to make the roster. He's probably going to be our starting outfielder. He came to the plate and did this.
So Julio gives it a ride. Deep right center field. And it is off the wall. Julio's going to get a triple. And they're going to wave him. They're going to wave him. Here he comes. Inside the park, home run. Julio Rodriguez and the Mariners have a 3-2 lead. Yeah, he's making this club, Mike. He's making this club. Standing ovation for number 44, Julio Rodriguez.
That guy's a player. He also has an amazing arm. He's going to be fun to watch. By the way, the Mariners will take on Colorado in Scottsdale tonight at 6:40. All right, to the Les Schwab Prep baseball scoreboard from yesterday. Okanagan plastered Pateras, and your schedule for today, as you see there. Manson's at Lake Roosevelt. These are all doubleheaders. Eastmont will be at Moses Lake. Chelan is at Cashmere. And Sunnyside will be here in the big city, playing the Wenatchee Panthers at Historic Recreation Park. Tomorrow, doubleheader action beginning at 11 a.m. Omak is at Cascade. Brewster will host Tonasket. Okanagan travels to Oroville. Waterville Mansfield plays the first of 2 games at Wilbur Creston at noon. In girls fast pitch softball yesterday, Tonasket topped Curlew and Okanagan blasted Libertyville. Today it's Wenatchee, a doubleheader at Sunnyside in softball. Eastmont will host Moses Lake for the first of 2, and Natchez Valley visits Freda. Tomorrow's doubleheaders, Quincy at Cashmere, Cascade hosts Omak, Orville visits Okanagan, Brewster takes on Tonasket, and Lake Roosevelt plays at Wilbur Creston. Simon and Garfunkel. Busy day yesterday on the soccer pitch. Moses Lake won a non-leaguer against Othello. Cascade blanked Chelan. Okanagan outscored Orville in a big way. Brewster shut out Pateras, and Bridgeport no problems with Manson. Prep soccer tonight. Oh, this will be fun. Check it out. If you can't make it to leave off the field of the Apple Bowl, we'll have it for you here in high definition and stereophonic sound. It's Wenatchee and Eastmont. Sebastian Moraga, Matt Wiesen with the call. Leave off the field at the Apple Bowl. We'll have it for you right here on the NCAA Life Channel, 7 o'clock tonight. The only other local game tonight has Kashmir hosting LaSalle at 6 o'clock. Soccer tomorrow. OMAC visits Manson at 11. Tenaska will take on Bridgeport at noon. It's Chelan at Ephrata. Quincy travels to Riverside. Moses Lake will host Lake Stevens at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And there's a big track meet this afternoon at Eastmont. Wildcats will host Cascade, Central Valley, North Central, Othello, Skyline, Walla Walla, Wenatchee, and anybody else who shows up. And they'll fire the gun and start running in circles at 3:30 this afternoon. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this first day of Friday. It's the obscure holiday. So for the most part, I do holidays that you've probably never heard of. So we're not going to do April Fool's Day because you know it's April Fool's Day. It's also National Sourdough Bread Day. It's National Walking Day. I like to do that every day. But today is National 1 Cent Day. There it is, the 1 cent. And it's called the 1 cent coin. Most people call it the penny. The penny is British. There's a British denomination called the penny. It's officially called the 1 cent coin. And we want to give a little shout out to the 1 cent coin, even though the United States Mint loses money making them. It costs about a penny and a half to make a penny, so to speak. Yeah, it costs 1.5 cents to make 1 penny. So they lose about $50 million a year just making them. They make about 5 to 10 billion 1 cent coins every year, the U.S. Mint does. There's about 200 billion 1 cent coins in circulation out there. Of course, during World War II, they made pennies out of steel. So because they needed to make cartridges and ammunition and stuff, and those are the pennies that you know they're steel because they stick to magnets. But they made a mistake. A handful, they don't know how many, during World War II, a handful of pennies were accidentally struck from bronze instead of steel. And if you have a 1943 bronze 1 cent piece, it's worth about $100,000. By the way, the penny is never going away. The 1 cent coin is never going to go away. As long as we have a sales tax, it's always going to cost you $7.91. That's just the way it's going to be. So, the much maligned 1 cent piece. What do you do with yours? I toss them in a jar. I take my loose change at the end of the day and I throw it in a jar at my house. And I don't even pay any attention to it anymore. I should probably do something about that. Let's do Today in History at 27 minutes after the hour. Say goodbye to the Seattle Pilots. It was no April Fool's Day on April 1st, 1970. 52 years ago today, automobile dealer Bud Selig buys the bankrupt Seattle Pilots for $10.8 million. Pretty good deal. Immediately moves them to his hometown of Milwaukee and names them the Brewers. It was such a hastily done deal. If you look at photos of the Milwaukee Brewers in their home uniforms of 1970, they simply took off the Seattle Pilots logo and put the Milwaukee Brewers logo on it. You can still see where the logo used to be on the old uniforms. And the reason Milwaukee had the colors that they did is because that was the Seattle Pilots colors. They didn't have much of a choice. The Pilots, by the way, lost $1 million in their lone season in Seattle in 1969, but thanks to certain lawsuits, we got the Mariners in 1977. April 1st, 1970, 52 years ago today. There it is, the Gremlin. You remember the Gremlin? The first of over 670,000 AMC Gremlins were made available to the North American market. The idea was to compete with those foreign cars, those little jobs that got great gas mileage, got a little pep, a little gimme-up. So AMC came out with the Gremlin, sometimes called the Law and Crime. There it is. And there's people who are very affectionate for gremlins. They love them. They try to find them wherever they are. Of the 670,000 gremlins, I wonder how many are still hanging around. Happy birthday to the Gremlin. Happy birthday to Apple. That is the house. That's at 2066 Christ Drive, Los Altos, California. And in the garage of that home that you see there on this date of 1976, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ron Wayne found the Apple Company. Ron Wayne was somewhat gun-shy. He had lost pretty much all of his money 4 years earlier in a capital venture, and just 2 weeks into his three-way partnership with the two Steves, Ron Wayne got cold feet and sold his shares back to Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. He sold his 10% share back for $800. $800 is what he got for his 2-week ownership of Apple. Poor Ron. Apple made their net income for Apple last year, $60 billion. Oh, well. And boy, sad day for me. As a lover of music and a lover of the music of Marvin Gaye, we lost Marvin Gaye. He was killed 38 years ago today. I'll never forget this, April 1st, 1984. Marvin Gaye, one day shy of his 45th birthday, is shot to death by his father while he was intervening with an argument between his father and his mother in a home that they all shared in Los Angeles, California. The great Marvin Gaye. But we got the music. We miss him. Birthdays at 31 minutes after the hour. I'm going to show you the photo of Denise Nickerson, and you're going to go, who's that? So I'll give you a chance to think about it. Denise Nickerson, born in the state in 1957. She died a couple of years ago at the age of 62. Think about it, think about it, think about it. She played the gum-chewing, bratty Violet Beauregard in Tucker Wagner's all-time favorite film, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You remember her? Then she blew up in the big blue thing, and the Oompa Loompas rolled her out of there. That's the gal who played Victoria Beauregard, Denise Nickerson, born in the state in 1957. And the Olympic gold medalist in the javelin throw in 2004 and 2008, the pride of Norway, Andres Thorkildsen. Andres Thorkildsen, the great javelin thrower, is 40 years old today. Big fan of the javelin. My sister threw javelin in high school. She was pretty good at it. 31 minutes after the hour, going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti. The topic today is baseball. I'm all for that. And then Rhona Baron joins me. Yeah, it's a good friend, Rhona Baron. Once again, the creative inspiration behind Dangerous Woman. We'll talk about the art and the play when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We provide the latest news from around North Central Washington weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock with Grant Olson. If it's happening in your neighborhood, we have you covered with a staff of reporters who are always on call. Grant will also keep you up to date on the latest weather, and Eric Grandstrom covers sports. It's all on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma, and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
At the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, one of my biggest regrets in life is this. I was at a baseball game once at the Kiwanis Oval in Caldwell, New Jersey, and the opposing team's first baseman was giving the first base umpire really a hard time. He's making fun of him, ridiculing his calls, etc., and I don't know why this ump didn't toss the guy out of the game. He should have, but there were 2 outs, and there was a hit to the shortstop who threw the ball to this jerk of a first baseman. And though the throw beat the runner, the first baseman jerk's heel came off the bag before he caught the ball. Now, I was right at the first base line and I saw this. Now, the umpire called the runner safe, which he was, but the first baseman said something like, forget that! Something like that. And he and his team ran off the field as they thought there were 3 outs. Now, the umpire didn't say anything, and my regret is, neither did I. Now, I was just a kid, but come on. There's just some regrets you never forget. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
There are so many possibilities for you to learn local right here at Wenatchee Valley College. Take classes towards a degree or certificate in more than 50 areas of study. Wenatchee Valley College now offers a large variety of virtual classes, including labs, sign language, music, and machining, and they have the resources to help you succeed in virtual classes. So when a college degree is your goal, learn local at Wenatchee Valley College.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
I felt so alone, like I had no one to help me.
I felt like I could never control my anger. Why am I so angry?
I was stuck in a cycle of addiction. I felt like I had no way out.
Are you hurting? You are not alone. It's time for God to do what no man can do. Come join us for Redemption Recovery at Sage Hills Church, Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bob File Boats and Motors. Now's the time of year to upgrade your boat from a new motor, a bow mount, installing a state-of-the-art GPS fish finder, or just fixing your trailer lights. Make your appointment today. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. Spend more time on the water and less time at the shore. Get ready for summer fun now at Bob File Boats and Motors.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz on this first day of Friday, but no joke. They got a really good show coming to the Snowy Owl Theater in May, and starting today and this entire month of April, if you want to see some really cool art by some really cool artists that all ties in to the Dangerous Woman presentation coming up at Snowy Owl Theater next month, you can check it out at Lamoto. And here to talk about that is an old friend of mine and an old friend of the program who we haven't seen in way too long. It's Rhona Baron, the creative director of Dangerous Women, who's also one of the most dangerous women I know. Welcome to the show.
Oh, I like that, Dan.
Yeah.
And that's true. I haven't seen you in a while. Although I don't think I was that dangerous when we worked together.
The last time you and I did a show together, you made me wear a hat. Do you remember? We had the tea cozy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But you know, you liked it,
I
so
did.
let's just get that out of the way. Yeah, from the 20s, we were doing a show about women's history.
I remember that.
Women winning the right to vote.
Mm-hmm. Which I think then that was to celebrate the suffrage of the 100th anniversary of suffrage, and that was the last one you did because then COVID came and you had to cancel the two shows in a row, right?
It's been really rough.
Mm-hmm.
The COVID, it was 2020. We were going to celebrate that vote again in 2020 with a new show. And we had to cancel because of COVID. And since then, you know, we missed that window and we've been building another show, which is by far the most ambitious that we've done.
And this is a woman who rapped.
That's true.
You rapped, and you're the whitest woman I know, quite frankly. It was an amazing thing. It kind of ties into what's going on with downtown. The first Fridays that you can eat and do stuff and look at artwork. And artwork at Lamolo's is something that you want to check out. You have some photos of some of the artwork. Mm-hmm. And you also actually brought some of the artwork down. And it goes from a nice little small thing to this ginormous thing that sleeps 4 people. Tell me about the art pieces. In fact, let's go ahead and throw up the first photo of some of the art. Oh, that's the group. There it is. That's the Many Moon Show, which begins today at Lamolo Cafe in downtown Wenatchee. You actually have that piece of artwork right here, don't you?
Yeah, we can start. I'll give you a general overview of the art, and then, yes, I can show you that piece. The art is developed by 8 different artists, and there are 10 pieces altogether. And this piece that you're showing is right here.
Yeah, go ahead and...
Let me grab it, you can see it.
I'll go ahead and hold it up to my camera, and you can talk about it. There we go.
Okay. And then tilt it a little bit so you can see inside of it.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
So this is what's called a Columbia Plateau Sally bag, and it's made by one of the indigenous participants in Unsettled in our production. But she also is a basket maker, and she has a very special way that she makes baskets. They're story baskets. So whatever the basket is, there's a story that goes with it. And this particular one is about Coyote and the moon.
I see the coyote paw and then the moon, phases of the moon around it.
And this particular basket is one of the biggest that she's ever made, and it was developed for the theme of this show. So it's absolutely one of a kind, and we'll be showing that and selling it for the first time.
Wait a minute, it says made in Singapore in here. I'm kidding, I'm joking. So who
probably
made this?
made in Nespelem. That's Julie Ann Edwards, who's a member of the Colville tribal member. She's Wenatchee band.
What do you have in front of you?
And then another, so just to give you an overview, some pieces are from indigenous participants. 2 of them are actually in the production themselves. And the other one is Mary Big Bull Lewis, who isn't in our production, but is supporting this show. And the show involves the moon because, as we saw in that first image where the cast was there with the moon behind, the moon is the narrator of Unsettled. And it's such a compelling visual element, and also sort of historically compelling in various ways, that we asked artists to do moon depictions, or we took art of theirs that they had done in the past that involved the moon.
And we have both a picture of this and the artwork. Go ahead and show
Yes.
it. In fact, I'll do the same thing. I'll hold this and you talk.
Okay, just be careful because of how it's attached there.
Okay,
You can hold it all the way up.
Okay, I'll just.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
just do
fine.
that.
Yeah,
There we go.
great, thank you. So this piece is made by Bernadine Phillips, who also is from the Colville tribes, and she's let's see, I want to get this right, a Smithsonian recognized cultural ambassador, and her beadwork is part of that. And this piece is, I can't pronounce the name, but that's the name for moon. I'm not going to try right now. They'll laugh at me. And it can be worn, it can be taken off this and set on a counter with a brace, and then it can also be hung like this. This is how it will be displayed for the show.
Really, really neat.
I love this piece. This piece is, again, really unusual and made just for the show. And almost all the pieces, their sales will benefit Dangerous Women. It's a fundraiser for us too.
And we have photos of the other artwork. And again, all of this, it's 10 different pieces of art from 8 different artists. All of this is going to be on display for the entire month of April at Lamola.
It's the entire month of April. Here's another example. This is from Dawn Kranz, and it's called Silent Night.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, she just created this piece too. And then we have work from Lori Aylesworth, who is a really well-known Upper Valley pastel artist, beautiful moon depictions. And we have an 8-foot piece that'll be hanging from the ceiling, and that piece is from the owner of Lamolo. His wife is a curator at the museum, Casey Koski. I think I said that right. It could be Koski. I've only called her by her first name. And then Brian Munoz, who's a photographer that a lot of people know, he has a piece, Ice Moon over Lake Wenatchee. Let's see, who else? Oh, Martha Flores is in the show. And I think I've grabbed everybody now.
Oh,
Yeah,
and you got
8 artists.
and Kathy is going to be narrating your play. She's going to play.
Kathy Smithson?
Yes, who
So
is
Kathy's-
great. She's a great thespian.
Yeah, so, it's the same duo that I've been working with. Ari and I have been writing the narrations for these shows. And this time I feel like we were inspired by Robert Frost. It's less rap and it's more Robert Frost. And she is going to become the moon and narrate the seasons of the moon and the seasons that transpired during this production.
Talk about the creative process of putting together Dangerous Woman. It's not a traditional theater piece as one would associate with that. It ain't Carousel, it's not The Music Man, it's something else entirely. And you wrote this with a partner.
So Dangerous Women, we don't think anybody else is doing what we're doing.
No.
We work with Washington State Arts, and the director there, they're a grantor of ours, as is National Endowment for the Arts and Icicle Fund, and a lot of great supporters. They said they haven't seen anything like we're doing. And the premise is that, having worked in all the art forms myself, we honor individual artists to create their own pieces. And it's my job to come up with a theme, find people that want to talk about it and reveal their emotions or their historical facts or whatever. And then it's my job to make it cohesive and to create narrative elements or create a story arc within it.
So that was my question. What came first, the artwork, and then you write the story around the artwork, or did you tell the artist, here's a general outline of what we're going to do, go out and create something?
It was more that we knew that the next show we wanted to do was a Women in the West show. That one's been calling to me for a long time for various reasons. And I thought it was going to be called Unbridled. But after we started working with the Indigenous women, and again, that's another first, I realized that isn't the way that they would look at their lives in the West. And so I deconstructed my perceptions about it, kept the idea of settlement in this part of the state, and then, yes, women who are attracted to that theme brought in who they were, and from there, I play off them and create around that. So it's really a back and forth process.
It's going to be at the Snowy Owl Theater, the show itself. It's going to be in May. We're going to visit with Rhona one more time specifically to talk about the show. But let's throw up that photo of the cast. And this is only maybe about a quarter of the actual cast. There you are.
Yeah, so Julie is the basket maker on the left, and that's Stacy. Norma has Dances Multiculturales in Wenatchee, and she's dancing. Her kids are dancing in the show Bernadine is in the middle. She's the one that made the beaded piece. That's Mandy Wickline, who's been in, she was one of the founders of Dangerous Women.
About 10 years ago, wasn't it?
More like 5.
More like 5?
Five
okay.
or 6.
Yeah, I know, because it was an offshoot of something else. It started out as another thing, like to tribute to women's history month or whatever, and it kind of
became a lot more.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then
anyway.
we had Marilee Kunkel, and she's never been in a show before, so she's new to the show, as are the Indigenous women. And then that's me on the right with long hair. And I wasn't going to cast myself. I didn't really want to because I'm doing so much. But I'm actually, because of COVID and just life, I'm in opening number. I'm one of the 10 people on stage for opening number.
Do you like, from a creative, I've known Rhona for a long time. From a creative standpoint, I can see how you enjoy writing and thinking of a story and thinking of a journey for people to sit and enjoy and maybe get something out of it. But from going up on stage and telling people what to do, is that something that you're good at,
as a
or you even
director?
like? Yeah, as a director.
So this is a part you don't know about me because we never worked in this context.
No.
But almost every job I've had, I've been the director or leader of. So it's a really comfortable place for me, and I thought that was so natural for me for a long time. And as a woman coming into my own, as many women struggle to do or embrace, I just own that about myself, that it's a super comfortable place for me. But my style is to collaborate and partner. I don't do well I don't know if I don't do well, but I'm not attracted to going, here's our show, I'm gonna cast you, you, and you, this is how it's gonna go. I love that collaborative process, and so I think that makes me uniquely appropriate to do something so unusual. I think we're all looking for our gifts and to manifest them in the world.
When somebody is on stage going through their lines or rehearsing or whatever, and do you say, wow, they maybe ad-lib something, or they say, Rhona, I want to go maybe in a little bit more in this direction, and it actually turns out better than what you thought of?
It's always like that. I did that with Kathy. I didn't realize that she had a background in dance.
Yeah,
Kathy
very much so.
Smithson.
Yeah.
So she goes, well, I had a minor in dance. She had a theater degree. And I was not going to have the moon dancing because the moon's on a 6-foot platform and she's in the air, and I was going to have her rise and be the moon. But after I realized that she danced, I'm now writing in little instrumental breaks where she can groove in her part a little, however that inspires her. So that is constantly what happens, and I think that's why it's good, is because I'm dedicated to bringing the women's gifts out on stage in a really personal way. And I think that also creates a very personal connection with the audience.
We're going to talk a little bit more about the actual show, which is coming to the Snowy Owl Theater again in May. So let's wrap up where we began about this artwork. The one thing that I think we need to stress, this is all going to be at Lamolo's. It's going to be for the entire month of April, but you can buy it. If you like it, you can buy it, right?
I think every piece in the show is for sale. Some are 100%, like these 2 pieces going to Dangerous Women. A percentage of all of them will go to Dangerous Women, so it's a fundraiser for us. Some of the pieces have never been on display before. There's a couple prints, and then there's some that are brand new, never seen. People are going to be very inspired by seeing this imagery of the moon. We have a lot of very powerful images, and we invite people to come to purchase a piece. And the pieces can be picked up at the end of the month. So you purchase at Lamolo, and then you come pick up at the end, except for the one you showed, the one that's called Silent Night, the painting by Dawn Kranz. She actually is going to need to show that this summer, and so you'll pick that one up at the end of the summer, but you can purchase it too.
I'm looking forward to it, and again, we're going to talk again, as I mentioned before, a little bit more about the show itself. We're going to go up to the Snowy Owl Theater, we hope, and visit with Rhona there in a few weeks as we get closer and closer to the date. But if we've already planted that seed, you can get tickets now for the show, right?
The tickets are live, and they're selling fairly well, actually. So we've always sold out, but we've only done 1 show. We're doing 2 this time, and they're selling pretty strongly now. So I'd say, you could get a ticket now if you'd like to.
Just Google Dangerous Woman. That's what I did. It's the first thing that popped up.
Dangerous Women. You could get Ariana Grande or whatever her name is. So it's at Icicle Creek Center for the Arts. That's where you should go, is to their website.
There you go. Again, the art show title is Many Moons, and you can look at all of this artwork, both the stuff, there you go, both the stuff that you saw and the stuff that you didn't see. And it will be the entire month of April at Lamolo's Cafe in downtown Wenatchee, which, by the way, has really good food. I might just throw that in.
Yeah, you can start there at First Friday. And I want to congratulate you
Thank
because
you.
have an anniversary coming up on
Yes.
April Fool's Day.
Today is my anniversary. It was 7 years ago today that I started working here for the NCAA. I was the first one hired.
Yes.
Wouldn't you know it? My first day was April Fool's Day of 2015. So yeah, this is my 7-year anniversary of working for this fine company. Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. They rolled the dice when they hired me. Rhona, it's good to see you, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's great to see you again.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for coming
much.
down. I appreciate it. You're watching Wake Up at Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
And we are back. Beautiful view from our Billy Goat camera up there in Okanagan County, high above Alta Lake. We're going to be all over the weather map over the next 7 days. No 2 days are going to be exactly the same. They rarely are, but this is kind of crazy stuff coming our way. First of all, if you're going to be doing any outdoor burning, be it orchards or you got all your leaves and your twigs piled up in a vacant lot and you want to burn them, don't. Here's my advice, don't. Do it today. It's going to be gusty on Saturday, fairly calm on Sunday, but we can also, and then big time wind on Monday. A fairly strong storm is heading our way. I mean, this is going to be packing some serious punches here. We're talking about a little bit of everything. Sunday night into Monday, rain. The snow level on Monday night is going to go all the way down to 1,100 feet, and that's like us. Stevens Pass is going to get bunches of snow. All the passes are going to get a bunch of snow. It's going to be windy. It's going to be cold. It's going to be a little bit of everything. Most of it Monday night, but it's really going to start coming in on Sunday night. And if you plan on doing a little fishing or heading out on the boat onto the area waterways to cast your line, heads up, you're going to be buffered around a little bit. It's going to be quite windy at times of the weekend. The strongest winds for you boaters out there, we want to give you a heads up on this. Saturday afternoon and Monday afternoon. Now, most fishermen, of course, don't fish in the afternoon because the fish aren't biting, but still, it could get a little dicey if you're out in any kind of big-time body of water. For whatever reason, for pleasure boating or fishing, heads up, you're going to be buffeted around with wind and choppy water. So a heads up for you boaters and fishermen out there. All right, from the National Weather Service, take a look at this. Pretty quiet today. Clouds with some sun breaks. We'll get up to 58, just about normal for this time of the year. 37 for the overnight low, again about normal. Not a lot to talk about Friday. Saturday, sunshine all day, windy, especially on Saturday afternoon as the first weak system comes through. We'll get down to 36 for the overnight low, and we're keeping a very close eye on Monday. with some pretty wild weather. More with Grant at 5 o'clock tonight. That's it for us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.